Welcome to our channel.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we have a nutrition video for you. So we're just going to speak about the generals and the must-haves of being a vegan or just in general of being healthy. So I'm going to just start it off with carbs, okay? So my diet split is 50% carbs, 30% protein, and 20% fat. That is your macro split. So those are your three main nutrients that you need in your body to function properly. So first off, the first carb we're going to speak about is sweet potatoes. So sweet potatoes are really important to incorporate in your diet because they are low glycemic, meaning they are slow releasing and they do not spike your blood sugar level. So you're able to sustain your energy throughout the day or throughout a given meal time afterwards. Next, I want to speak about sourdough rye. Sometimes these rye breads do contain fermented foods, which are also great to aid with digestion and also if you do suffer with bloating. I personally have suffered with IBS before in the past, so that was all solved when I changed my diet to a more holistic, wholesome way of eating. So with sourdough rye, it is easily digestible and it's less processed as compared to other breads. If you are interested in eating other breads, make sure it's whole grain or whole wheat flour that is included in the ingredients. And also make sure you pick a high fiber bread. Okay, next we're going to speak about legumes and chickpeas. So here we have red kidney beans. Yes, this is also a protein source, but however, legumes and in general chickpeas are actually 70% carbs. Okay, and next, last but not least, is my favorite. It's pasta. So here we have the San Remo gluten-free lasagna sheet. You may also, if you want a higher protein carb, you can have chickpea or any legume pasta, which is awesome because it has higher protein as compared to just ones made out of flour, even if it is gluten-free flour. Another thing to remember is just because it says gluten-free does not mean it's healthier than products without gluten. So it's still high carb. In this, it has 76 grams per 100 gram and average quantity per serving is 38.5 grams of carbs. And your fat isn't that high, it's only 0.8 grams of fat. So yeah, just be mindful of the consumption also of pasta. Okay, so I'm just going to hand you over. Oh, and quickly before I go, another good source of protein as well as carbs are red lentils. So make sure you also incorporate legumes and chickpeas into your diet. So I'm just going to hand you over now to Parushka, who's going to speak about the carbs that she's chosen to speak about.
Okay, so the first one I'm going to speak about is one of the healthier carbs, which is quinoa. So we eat the white quinoa, but I mean, there's other types of quinoa that you can consume. It's just that this is the one that we really enjoy. It's also really high in protein, so you can kind of incorporate it in as your protein or carbohydrates. I usually eat that for dinner because it's less dense than something like bread or rice for dinner. I like to eat a lighter meal for dinner. And then one of our most favorite types of carbs is definitely rolled oats. I mean, we use it in baking and just in the making of pancakes, for example. All of it requires rolled oats. So you can eat normal oats as well. It's just that rolled oats are non-GMO. So we obviously try to go for the healthier option wherever we can. And then I also want to speak about split peas. Now, split peas are high in protein. It's also a form of carbs because it is a legume. But remember that you can consume it as a protein. And then this is frozen because we took it straight out of the freezer. But this is edamame beans, which are practically their soybeans. And these are just great in soups and stews, so you should really get your hands on these if you're a vegan or just in general.
And then one more thing Parushka forgot to mention was that with rolled oats, the reason why you want to make sure you get rolled oats is because it's not as processed, it doesn't go through as many processes. So the nutrients that you're wanting to get or the fiber from the rolled oats are not removed during production processes. So try and stick to whole foods in their natural form. Okay, so and another thing is bananas. These are a carb source, a good carb source, even as a snack. they are high in magnesium and potassium. So make sure you consume these bad boys every day. Okay, so Prushka already started speaking about protein, so I'm gonna let her carry on speaking about protein sources.
So I consume the Wazugel's protein powder. They have a whole range of flavors, including mixed berry. They have a full-on plant flavored one where it's just green. It's made of just green plants, like any green plant that you can think of. I'm however not a fan of all the flavors. It just depends on you as a person. My favorites happen to be vanilla and peanut butter, and I love their chocolate. The peanut butter contains 16 grams of protein per 33 gram serving. So I usually consume 1 serving of the peanut butter a day, on a day, and then I consume 2 servings of the vanilla because it has 12 grams per 33 gram serving. So it just depends on the flavor that you're taking because there are different protein quantities in each of them. You don't have to consume a protein powder because the rest of the vegan protein is completely okay. It's just that we're athletes, so we want to capitalize on the protein and in a very convenient way, like within shakes, post-workout. So that's really what we use it for. We add it to cereals just so that we're meeting all our food group targets.
Yeah. So in saying that, Prushka did make a good point. So protein powders are not necessary for your diet, but they can be used as a supplement to your diet if you feel you haven't hit your macros for the day, or if you need to build extra muscle, or also if you need help with recovery as well. So quickly, before I begin my protein debacle, so I take creatine. This really helps to build strength, increase muscle mass, and enhance brain function, but it also really helps with my performance. So the reason why you take creatine is, say your muscle wear out is 45 seconds. So creatine enables you to go for that extra 15 seconds to have a bigger pump or bigger burn. So therefore it means bigger gains. Okay, so I take the Phyto Pro. This is clean nutrition and plant-based. Okay, and the flavor is apple and cinnamon. So my protein source is from Thrive Daily Protein, and it is also by Phyto Pro. I really enjoy this flavor. It's chocolate. They also have the sports recovery range, which I've also tried out, but I do also enjoy this flavor because they have chocolate and vanilla. So yeah, definitely give this a look at. It has amazing ingredients in it, and it even explains the whole process at the back, so you know exactly what you're putting inside your body, which is very important, because remember, the stuff that you put in your body is what your cells are made of, and we know that given the circumstances that we're living in, we really want to make sure we're eating optimally, we're sleeping optimally, we're exercising, we're meditating. It's just really important to make sure you're in control, or as in control as you can be, of your mind, body, and soul. So just make sure you're getting enough nutrients, enough sleep, enough rest. Okay, another really important and really tasty protein option is tofu. Prushka and I really enjoy the Green Guru. It is organic and handmade. So this is the smoked paprika, which is personally my favorite. They also have herbs. They have even a paneer. They have original if you want to spice it up on your own. They have smoked as well. So it's really good. You can put it in stews, you can put it in soups, you can put it in pizzas, you can literally do anything with this. You can even pan fry it, put panko crumbs on it, literally anything. Okay, and then another thing is tempeh. So this is made out of soybeans just as well as this tofu. So they're both made out of soybeans, and Prushka showed you edamame beans, which is basically young soybeans. These are made out of soybeans. So it's important to make sure all your protein's coming from whole sources, which is what we just showed you. So yeah, tempeh is also really amazing. It has a very nutty flavor, which is really good. So yeah, definitely take a look at these. We get it from our local health store, Health on Broadway, or we get it from the spa in Amsterdam. It's most cost effective and easily accessible. So definitely take a look at those places and tell us what you think about these things, hey? And then now Prushka's going to speak about fats.
Okay, so I have one fat to speak about, and that is coconut cream. Well, I have one example to actually show you, and that is the coconut cream. Now, coconut cream is just a great source of fat. You know, it is high in fat, but when consumed in moderation, like everything else that you consume, it is just an amazing source of fat. And we use it to just make creamy pastas. I mean, Priyanka makes an amazing creamy lasagna using coconut cream. You can use coconut milk as well. It's just coconut cream has the right consistency when we want to bake with it, to make cookies, to make cakes.
But when she wants to bake, because I'm not the baker.
Well, so I understand it more from the baking perspective because Priyanka's more the cook. But we are trying to integrate, and I'm trying to get better at cooking, and she's trying to get better at baking. We'll update you on how that's going. So that's an amazing source of fat. And second, I want to speak about nuts. Now, nuts are very high calorie food. So do eat them with considering that when you do. But they are just so nutrient dense, and you do need to consume them regularly. They're also very high in omegas. That's why I consume quite a lot of walnuts. So just keep that in mind with consuming seeds like flax seeds, which are just very high in your omegas, and we require that. So add that into your smoothies, your cereals, and just get that going.
Another really good seed is chia seeds and sunflower seeds, even pumpkin seeds as well. So, and also forgetting sesame seeds. So you can add this into anything. It also helps with correct functioning of your skin, your cells, your hair growth, your nails. So make sure you get this all in.
Wait, speaking about that, I take collagen booster, which it helps rejuvenate your skin, build collagen, and improve flexibility. And it consists of 16 plant-based cofactors. Right. It also contains amino acids, and nature intends for us to build healthy, strong collagen, and this is what helps you do that. So it is not a need or a staple per se, but it is just something that has really helped me with my recovery as an athlete. And speaking of recovery, I also want to touch on the other things, such as magnesium. So I take a magnesium supplement that also helps with your recovery. I'm sure you know this magnesium helps to reduce muscle cramps, and my muscle cramps have reduced to barely ever happening or none at all because of the magnesium supplement. So I really do recommend that you take that. And just in terms of supplementation, vitamin B12, B6, and B1, this just contains all three of them. It was actually naturally found in water back then, but because of the modern impact from humans, water is not fortified with those vitamins. So whether you're vegan or not, you should be consuming B12. Then we take vitamin D3, but in the drop form. It just, the absorption is a lot more. And the brand we take, Nurture by Metagenics. So you can choose whichever vitamin D source that you want to, but we love this because it has a hint of peppermint extract, which takes away from the sometimes vile flavor of vitamin D. So you can take that. And then we take immune boosting supplements. So I alternate between the Phyto Multi that has added iron, which is obviously a plus, and then I alternate with my homeopathic immune support tablets. So you can just decide, just get a multivitamin within your diet. It's not a need, but it really does help, especially in the times we're in.